So I just saw an Instagram post where Kylie Jenner posted, I guess the specs is what they call it, of like her boob job, right? Boobs look fantastic. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I'm about a negative A. And I know when I was younger, I don't know if you guys ever seen Beauty Shop. You probably have. But you remember when that white girl came in? At first, she ain't had no tatas. And then she came back one day and things were sitting pretty. And I was like, oh, when I get older, I want some of those. Because for some reason, I wasn't blessed with the breast. So I'm looking at it and I'm looking at the comments. And one comment says, shout out to all the queens that are natural. Another one said, I pray that you guys learn to love your bodies and not insecure about what you were pretty much blessed with from birth, right? And I had like a question in my mind because I was curious, like, if a person decides that they want to change an aspect about themselves or wants to, switch some things up with their looks, does that automatically make them insecure? And if it does, why? Because I can understand a person want to change something. Like, for me, I have a big forehead. You feel what I'm saying? And I have the ability to put on a wig, slide that thing down to the top of my eyebrows, or wear my turbans, not necessarily to cover it, but I just like the look, right? And then some days that thing is just peeking open like peekaboo. However, I seen a girl that decided she wanted to get a forehead reduction because she wasn't, secure within the size of her forehead. And I wanted to think, like, okay, where does the insecurity come from? But we all know insecurity comes from people pointing out things that are prominent on our bodies, on our face, and making fun of it, right? And then you have those who don't care about being picked on about certain things. And I just want to understand, like, I feel like a person should be able to change something about themselves and still love what they had before, but want something to be enhanced. I'm gonna be honest. There's only so many prayers you can get before these things get perky. We know breast is just fat. So if I wanted to get some bigger boobs, I might have to gain a couple of weight. But at the same time, I like how I look when I'm small. I like how I look when I'm big. And some days I look in that mirror and be like, girl, you don't let yourself go. But our bodies are constantly changing. I'm going somewhere with this. Pretty much saying, like, I don't feel like a person is insecure because they want to change something about themselves. It's a time for growth. Like, in this era, I had blonde hair. In this era, I had black hair. And in this era, I had brown hair. Couldn't we just say that a person just wants to try something new just to see how it'll make them feel, how it'll look? You know what I'm saying? Like, what y'all think?